Well, hello there, and welcome to another session of Life Lessons with Roman. And in today's session, there is a unique topic that I want to talk about, something that I learned just not a while ago or recently. And this is the topic that I want to talk about with you guys. And the topic is, again, this is another life lesson that I learned, is there is no such thing as love on first sight, but there is such thing as attraction on first sight. And you got to understand the difference between the two of them, because if you can't understand the difference, then you're going to struggle in your life. Because if you think that there is such thing as a love on first sight, you're wrong. There is attraction on first sight. And attraction on first sight is different than love, because love is something that needs to be proven over time, and you need a significant amount of time to be able to prove that you really love someone. But attraction is different. You can be attracted to anybody at first sight, and you gotta know the difference so you can know what you're actually doing in life, because a lot of people get confused between these two. They think they get attracted to someone at their first sight, but they think it's love. It's not actually love. It is attraction. And love is something that needs to be proven over time, through ups and downs, and difficulties, good times, bad times, and everything that comes in between. And there's a specific time period that needs to be passed in order for that relationship to be called love. And I think personally the minimum time required is at least 10 years, because that's the time that is needed to be able to be proven to someone that they can stick around to the good times, to the bad times, and everything that comes in between. And you need to understand this, because it's very, especially if you're young, it's very important for you to be able to understand this so you can implement it through your life and not to be confused by it. Because if you can't stick around enough through the good times, through the bad times, through the okay times, everything that comes in between, then you just can't name that love, because it's not love if it can't be proven over time. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be very careful. You have to not make this mistake of thinking, I thought it was love, but it wasn't, because somebody let me down, or somebody did something to me. Well, those things might happen, and it's common. It might happen, most probably. But if two people can stick together through the good times, through the bad times, because it depends on the level of maturity also, then that is love. You know what I mean? Because it's not conditioned. It's not based on a condition. Love is unconditional. For example, the biggest love that I've seen in my lifetime so far, that I can really call that as love, is mother's love. Because mother's love is there without any conditions. It's unconditional. It could be it's there for like even more than 50 years, because I know people who are in their 50s and their mother still loves them, and that's love, because it's unconditional. So you gotta know the difference between the two, because love has to be unconditional. Because if it's conditional, then it can be named as love. It's an attraction. So you got to be able to understand the difference between both of them. For example, a mother loves their son even if their son is a drug addict, is a thief, is a bad person, because love is unconditional. You know what I mean? But attraction is conditional. You need a condition to be attracted to someone. For example, you might think, I'm gonna be attracted to somebody who's tall, who's certain amount of height, who has certain characteristics, color of eyes, whatever. That's your condition to be attracted to that person. So attraction is conditional. Love is unconditional. There's no conditions. So you can't call a first sight somebody you see first as love on first sight, because love needs to be proven over time. It's not love on first sight, but it's attraction on first sight. There's a difference. So once you understand that, and once you're able to implement that into your relationships and know the difference, you can have a much more long-lasting and better relationships in your career or in your life or whatever you want to do. So that's my message to everyone who's watching this, to know the difference between the both of them, and not make the mistake of thinking somebody you just met and you have feelings towards them, that's love. That's attraction on first sight. Always remember, there's no such thing as love on first sight, because love needs to be proven over time. So that was just my advice to every single one of you. Take care, appreciate the ones around you, and be good. Until next time.